Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Can't remember whether this is update 4 or 5, but you'll see in the description. Alright, this is going to be real short. Trying to keep it around 5 minutes. I haven't done a great deal this week being Christmas, but we'll go right into the first little update. Looking at some of my fellow modelers on their Facebook pages and that with their SN 3.5 or 164 wagons, I realised I had missed a couple of parts. So the fruit van, or the ventilated van, despite stuffing up the roof a little bit, using super glue, I put the styrene outer sheet on and it stuck too quickly, and I ended up having to trim the sides too much off the roof edge. So there's a little gap there, but I had to do that to square it up. So I've learnt my lesson there. If we stop learning, we'll might as well be dead, I suppose. So yeah, I realised looking at some other guys, particularly Scott Coleman's stuff on his YouTube channel and Facebook page, I had missed the handbrake lever on both. They both got some grab irons to be added, but yeah, just about finished. I'm using KDs as opposed to the NZR style. The knuckles were coming in, starting to take over by the 90s. So yeah, alright, done that. Just playing around with the back scene further. That's just a photo I found online of the hut workshops. It'll depend whether I can blend it in to the rest of the scenery as being in the background, whether I keep that there or not. Alright, have shared a couple of pictures in order to protect this extra low relief building. It used to be sort of twice the thickness, and I sliced it down the centre to fit on my layout, but it's a Walters kit. I think it's come up quite well. Maybe I've over-weathered it a bit. When I built that, I was just after something to do at the time. I was having a bit of a bad patch and didn't actually think about painting it as I assembled it. So it was actually built unpainted, and rather than trying to remove all the windows and mask and that, I've just used weathering powders and hit it with a clear flat. The windows are now frosted, which is better because I don't have an interior. So I think that's come up quite well, and that's going to be my Griffin's biscuit factory. Obviously not what it looked like in Gracefield and Lower Hutt, but I'm using industries that were on the Gracefield branch, but at this point in time I'm not scratch building them to look even sort of very similar. Working on a bit of a budget at the moment, as I've got to buy locos and rolling stock in order to have something to switch, sorry. Okay, so just been playing around, added a couple of trees here. A good modelling trick is use trees in the foreground to hide exits and entrances off your layout. So you see around there. Right at the very beginning I decided to have one at either end. Obviously this end is going to have a small fiddle yard running off it, probably curved to save space, but I wanted to put one at this end so I can either add another linear module or make a corner module and then have another shelf module to make it an L-shaped layout in a bigger flat when the time comes. or be able to build like a temporary loop onto some plain boards to run around the back, so if I exhibit it, I can have some continuous running, which is handy when you've just got children whizzing past and what have you, and there's also a lot of adults outside of our hobby that are not really interested in watching the switching operations that sort of we get into. Alright, so I've done that. Can't remember whether I ballasted this track here last time, but yeah, the plan is there is a road just going over this bit of track here. That's going to remain hard standing, not finished as yet. This track can be used for parking or stabling a flat car, for loading or unloading containers, whether a UK or an IA. But yeah, just having a think about what to do along the front of the layout here. So still a fair bit to do. You can see, even though this section down was all built before and made to look sort of very dry and Australian, I have been adding grey ballast. It gives it the patchy sort of a look, but obviously, as I've said before, the pieces that I haven't reballasted or taken up will represent old track, basically old ballast that's sort of been flushed with the rusty water to turn the orangey colour. So I quite like the mixed look, but yeah, so this, in this yard, we can say that Kiwi Rail or New Zealand Railways Corporation, as it probably would have been in the 90s, or Transrail when privatised, was doing some upgrades, mind you, under Transrail and later Toll. The railways were virtually run to the ground, I believe, so until the government bought it back. Okay, well, I've gone 7 minutes. Can't think of anything else. Over the next week there's going to be some work done in this section here to the terrain and the ground, and I'm hoping my DFT painted shell arrives from Lewis Holden at 3'6" in the coming days. We'll see what happens. Anyway, bye for now. Take care. Happy modelling.